Hi, I am Paige. There's a kind of smart they don't teach in school, and they definitely don't put it on a resume. It's the kind of intelligence you build, not from books, but from having to survive things you were never supposed to survive as a kid. Some call it traumatic intelligence, and once I learned what it actually looked like, I realized I'd been living with it my whole life without a name for it. It's rare because most people never have to build it. And it's powerful because once it's built, it never fully switches off. So I looked into the psychology behind it, and here are the signs that you might have it too. The first sign is reading the room instantly. This is the ability to detect subtle emotional signals and micro-expressions, the tiny facial movements that flash across someone's face before they can control them. Psychologists have found this skill sharpens in people who once needed to sense danger or a shift in mood before it fully arrived. It's not overthinking. It's data gathering your mind never learned to stop doing. The second sign is sensing what people need. In practice, it looks like being deeply attuned to what others need, sometimes before they've recognized it themselves. It often develops when a child's environment required them to anticipate someone else's emotions early, wiring the brain to prioritize other people's internal states almost automatically. The third sign is staying calm in chaos. Psychologists call this stress inoculation, a process where repeated exposure to difficult situations raises your threshold for what counts as a crisis. It's not that high-stakes moments don't register. It's that your nervous system has already been trained for exactly this. The fourth sign is thinking several steps ahead. For you, that might look like compulsively analyzing human behavior to predict what someone might do or feel next. This kind of constant mental modeling often starts as an anticipatory strategy, a way of staying one step ahead in an environment where reactions were unpredictable. It's less a quirk and more a form of applied intelligence built through repetition. The fifth sign is adapting to anything. Instead of viewing your constantly analyzing mind as exhausting or too much, psychologists studying post-traumatic growth suggest reframing it as exactly what it is, a cognitive adaptation. Your mind built a skill set for survival, and that skill set didn't disappear once the danger did. It became one of your greatest assets. The sixth sign is figuring things out alone. In real life, this often shows up as building solutions on your own, often because early life circumstances meant no one else was consistently there to build them with you. It's less a personality trait and more a competency shaped by necessity. The seventh sign is feeling emotions deeply. At its core, this is experiencing feelings with unusual depth and sensitivity. When you've had to navigate emotionally unpredictable environments, your nervous system learns to process emotional information more intensely. That heightened sensitivity becomes another way of gathering information, helping you notice subtle emotional shifts that others often miss. And the eighth sign is trusting cautiously. Put simply, this is having a high threshold for trust. When trust has been broken before, it makes sense to raise the bar for who gets close. But this isn't the same as being unable to connect. Once that bar is met, the relationships that follow tend to be some of the deepest and most resilient you'll ever have. None of these are signs that something is wrong with you. They're signs of traumatic intelligence, a rare form of smart that develops when you grow up in an unstable or unpredictable environment. The world may call it overthinking, being guarded, or too intense. But what it's actually looking at is a mind that learned to survive, and in doing so, became sharper than most will ever need to be. So tell me, which of these do you recognize in yourself? Drop a comment and let me know which sign hit closest to home. I'd love to hear your story.